In this video, we're going to show how to create food industry related proposals using Proposal Kit. This can vary from catering services to delis, business startups, product sales proposals, food products, and so on. So if you look on our website, we have hundreds and hundreds of design themes. So in the lifestyle category here, we will have some food and beverage, catering type design themes to pick from. If you just scroll down the list, you'll see catering number 1, catering 2, food 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Vending 1, vending 2. So these are just visual design themes with different sets of graphics, logos, and so on. So you do not have to use a food catering specific design theme if you don't want. We have many other general purpose designs you can use just as well if you just wanted something like a general line art design. So you can just scroll through all the hundreds of designs and find one that suits your purposes. If you just want plain black and white text, where you can do a little branding yourself by changing the fonts, colors, adding your own logo, and so on, this proposal pack for any business is the brandable pack that doesn't have graphics or pictures or logos added to it ahead of time. And even with the graphic design themes, you can customize these with swapping in your own graphics. So once you've decided on a design theme, you've purchased it, downloaded it, and set up the wizard software, you'll be ready to get started. So this first example, we're going to illustrate with the catering number 2 design theme. And whichever one design theme or 2 or whatever you've purchased will be available in the software. So whenever you create a new document, like a proposal, contract, business plan, whatever, you go and click this button to Document Projects. Click the Pick Documents button. Now, here's where you can select the individual chapters, like cover letter, title page, a services page, your prices, company history, so on. So these are the common templates a lot of people might use to start with. If you click this drop down, you can get to all sorts of specialty pages you can add as well. And every pack has all this content in it. So you can create proposals for all different kinds of businesses with every single pack. So the focus on this video is specifically food related. So we can scroll down to the food, beverage, grocery category, and you'll see a bunch of special chapters. Say if you're doing vending or product sales to a store, you might use a footprint chapter or a seasonal chapter. You talk about your packaging and so on. And there's specialty chapters if you want to get specific for service sales versus product sales versus a project and so on. Now, if you want to get started a little quicker with a pre-made list of chapters, you can go over to this QuickStart tab. You can also find some samples in this View Samples tab. And if you do a search on just a simple word like food, catering, or so on, you will drill down to the samples. And there are a few samples food related you'll find here for like catering services, deli, construction, food product sales, and so on. You can also find those samples and more layouts over in this QuickStart tab. So we'll kind of show the QuickStart tab. Now there's 600 plus layouts in here, but if we just click the search button, we'll just search on the word food. This will find all the layouts that are related to food product sales, catering, delis, and so on. So we've narrowed the list down. And we're going to start with the food services catering proposal. This QuickStart is 16 templates long. We'll import it into our project. And these are 16 out of the over 2,000 chapters already laid out for this kind of proposal. Plus, this QuickStart actually has sample content written for it as well. So we're going to say, yes, we're going to pull in the sample content. You'll see the list of chapters here. And now we have the chapters selected for this proposal. And two, you can make changes to this layout as well. Say if we don't need a 16-page proposal, we can drop out pages we don't need. We can even go back to the search by name, add templates, and add additional chapters. So once you've had your chapters selected, click this button, OK, use selected templates. It'll be back on the project screen. And we can also fill in the company data and client data. So this is the data that will get merged in. And we're just going to fill in some dummy data here. Okay, now that we have the templates selected, we're pulling sample content into those templates. We've set up the mail merge data. Now we're ready to actually build the document. So you click the OK Save Project button, and you just wait for the wizard to generate your document. So in this case, since we're pulling in sample content, any one of the design themes you've selected will have that sample content pulled into it. So you can create the same sample, but in any of our design themes, whichever one you've purchased. And any other customizations you've made, such as, telling it to import your logo, making color and font changes, all that gets applied at this point where the wizard is generating the document. Okay, now the document's been generated. We'll open this up and take a look at it. And you can see the name and address data merged in. You can see the sample content pulled in. And the sample content actually gets tagged with some of the mail merge data as well. And you'll see the sample content that got pulled in also got tagged with some of the mail merge data. We'll scroll down past the cover letter. Now you'll see the catering #2 graphic design theme in the background. The color scheme, the graphics, logos. So these things like the logos, the font typography up here in the headers, these colors, watermark graphics, the title page, pictures in the background, so that's part of the design theme you pick. The general layout of the text and where all the wording goes is going to be the same across all the designs. Let me just scroll down this proposal. And you'll see it's ready to finish editing. Now we'll go illustrate another food-related proposal. This one will be a kiosk automation proposal for a restaurant. So we'll illustrate this with a different design theme. We'll use actually one of our technical design themes instead of a food design theme to show how you can use completely different design themes that aren't necessarily food related for a food related type proposal. So we'll use our computer's #6 design, and whichever one or few design themes you've purchased will be what's available on the list. You don't get every single design theme since each design is a separate product. We just happen to have them all loaded here for the demo. Okay, so now we have the computer 6 design. So in this example, this might be more of a software IT technical company who's making a pitch to a company in the food service industry. And in this case, it's going to be a restaurant kiosk computer system. So just like before, we'll go into this QuickStart list. And this QuickStart list also happens to have actual sample content with it. So I'll select this restaurant kiosk automation layout, and this one is a 20-page layout. Import the topics. Yes, we will import the actual sample content for this one. Just like before, we can customize this list of chapters. For the demo, we'll just leave it as is. And again, we'll fill in company and client data. And generate the document. So like before, this is just assembling a different Word document using a different set of chapters, all from the same library as before, pulling in sample content from a different sample, merging in name and address information, and generating another document. So this other document, using the same libraries with two different design themes, will spit out a completely different document, even though it technically is structured the same way, top down, with a cover letter, title page, and a list of body pages. Okay, now this document's been generated. Open this up and take a look at it. And just like before, name and address information has been merged in, different sample content's been pulled in to the front cover letter, and you'll see a different design theme here, and all the pages for this proposal. You just scroll down, and you'll see the rest of the document is ready to edit and finish. Now we'll illustrate one last example. We'll illustrate a food product sales proposal. And we'll just illustrate this with another design theme. And we'll select the agriculture number 5. This might be good if you are doing produce sales. If you're doing, say, boxed products, beverages, or so on, you just pick a different design theme that suits that style, or a brandable design, and put in your own pictures and your own logo, set your own colors. And like before, we'll just click the Document Project button. And again, we'll search for the word food. And we're going to select the product sales proposal. Now this is a short proposal. It's only 6 templates long. And we know the sample content for this product sales proposal does happen to be a product sales for a food product to a grocery store chain proposal. So we'll just import this. And this is an example of a shorter proposal. And again, you can add additional templates as needed. Okay, the document's been generated. We'll take a look at this one. So that is how you can create any kind of food industry related proposal, whether it's product sales, services sales, business startups, funding, and so on, just by picking a specific design theme, a specific set of chapters. If we have some sample content, load that in, set up your name and address information, and generate a document. After that, it's just some word processing to finish editing, save as a PDF, upload, and deliver. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and click subscribe to keep up on the latest proposal writing tips with Proposal Kit.